U7 Buy provides the most convenient, fastest, and safest way to upgrade your team with numerous positive reviews and verified by top creators from different countries with 24/7 online customer support. Now you can enjoy an extra free coins for every order. Don't miss the opportunity for up to 4 million free coins. Use my code Inception for another 8% off. Okay, guys, so today I think what we're going to do is we're going to check out the new evolution, and then I'll probably check out the lengthy Thierry Henry as well, just so that we can have our two videos today, because yeah, I think it's like not crazy SBC wise. Like I don't even know why they release cards like this, to be honest with you. You know, that's just them doing their thing. But yeah, let's check out the new evolution. So the new evolution today is take a step back, right? So take a step back gives you the long ball pass, the block, and the jockey, right? So by default, if you were to give this to cards that have an intercept plus, that's already going to be really solid, right? Intercept plus probably going to anticipate regular or, you know, playstyle plus wise as well. It's going to be very important to have too, right? So we'll take a look at the trending options here. Obviously, with Kobe's card, this is why we didn't do his review, right? Because the card right now could potentially get the upgrade from the Europa League final, which is at 3 o'clock today, right? And then you have the fact that when you give this improvement on the card, right, you can give him a shadow chemistry style and make him a lengthy player, right? And that changes the dynamic of the card completely in comparison to what he was before. So obviously people are taking a look at this because obviously when it comes to the price of the card being at 66k, it's pretty good value, right? Because if I give him a shadow and I have a lengthy with pace that's that high, defense that is that good, it just makes a lot of sense to kind of go down this route. Again, I don't know exactly how the Europa League upgrades work, if he gets an upgrade on top of whatever this is, but play styles wise, base and plus wise is amazing, right? Like this card looks very, very solid, regardless of whether or not these parts of the card are low. Doesn't really matter. He has really good physical, defending is there, dribbling is there, everything is there, right? It's a really well formatted card for 66k, and then you put, like, if it was like 120k SBC, it would be like worth upgrading, right? So this looks really good. Very, very relevant stuff on this card, right? So even if this card were to not get upgraded, like, people will look at this and be like, oh, this looks really sick, right? So yeah, definitely gonna be a big choice there. We have Billing, which people liked a lot as like that underrated cheap player. I never personally used him myself. I mean, can I see why? Probably, right? You give him a shadow. If you give him a shadow chemistry style, this card works with very good base plays. Like the playstyle pluses are all great, because even with bruiser guys, like if you're making an aggressive challenge towards someone, you're pressing the tackle button or you're actually using advanced defending, it's just like extra pace and aggressiveness towards tackling the guy, right? And having that with a lengthy on the card, very good defensive stats, and then base card stats for physical in a good area too, it's really nice, right? Like the only thing that's like mainly low on the card is the dribbling stats, right? Because obviously with Kobe's card, you have way better dribbling and you stay on a lengthy, right? With Billing, it would be one of those things where it's like, oh, you know, maybe I can give him like an engine chemistry style just so that he feels a little bit more responsive. But if you were to do that, it wouldn't really make a lot of sense, right? So the shadow chemistry style for the role pluses that you get, for the way that this card will be utilized in game, looks really good. Like I said, I never tried out that previous version, but a lot of people were using him as like the cheaper alternative, and he was doing it really well for people, right? So I could see why people are improving that, because he still has base, intercept, and anticipate, which is always the very important things in the CDM position to play the way that you need to play in this game, right? Vieira, another very good situation with a card like this as well, because we all know by default he still has a regular anticipate, but the playstyle pluses that you're adding to him would just make him a more agile player. Now, I do think that at this point in the game, maybe you don't want to work with dribbling stats like that. When it comes to Patrick Vieira, that other card, like I think it was a Future Stars or whatever it is, that icon card, is just so good, right? The way that that card is formatted is basically perfection for what you want him to do in the game, right? Because every time I have a Vieira and a Hullet in my CDM position or center mid position, I feel like I can block out those cutbacks way more often. And I feel like that's really important, right? So yeah, you know, cheaper alternative wise, if you can't afford that higher one, which I'm not really, I completely understand, obviously, you can get this version, sure. But I'm telling you guys, at this point in the game, Like, you kind of just need it to be higher, in my opinion, right? You definitely need it to be higher. You're going to have some other pretty cool options here too that honestly could end up being very good cards in game. You have an Eric Garcia from the Champions League card. That's obviously, this is a road to the final. Yeah, so he's not going to get upgraded anymore. So you can add this card into it. And again, get some really nice improvements for him. But the way that this card is formatted, it's mainly for you to use in the center back or the right back position, right? Because even in the right back position, I'm not like completely against it, because the dribbling and the way that that's formatted is okay, because he's a lengthy working in the right sided position. Like having a pinged pass, a jockey, and an intercept in that area would still be great, 100%. Obviously, you have no shooting capabilities, but for Barcelona fans, right back position on this card, he still has one fullback plus, right? So that's the only unfortunate thing, because if you were to use this card as an actual like center back, he would still look pretty decent too. It's not like a horrible card by any means, right? Like, you have really good passing, you still have anticipate with intercept, but you don't have bruiser for like some of these aggressive challenges that could be helpful in certain situations too, right? So with Eric Garcia on a shadow chemistry style, it looks well formatted for you to play in the center back position or the right back position, but more so for sentiment of around using like a Barcelona player, in my opinion. But still looks good, right? Like, meta wise, if you wanted to improve that, it looks great. Marquisio, who has incisive, ticky, and now gets the jockey, does receive the other stuff too, and then CDM position. So he does an anchor, yeah. So mainly a shadow. It's funny because you could you could technically use this card as a center back, but you wouldn't really do that, right? This is definitely a card you would mainly use as a center mid or a CDM on a shadow chemistry style. Pace is high, defense is in a good area. You do have the 2 base playstyles here, and the 3 playstyles here are still relevant. You would just use this card as more of your like box to box type of player, right? Like the guy that actually could potentially push forward. 81 finishing could be maybe a little bit questionable from time to time when it comes to goal scoring. Like, you definitely have to green time your strikes, and the shot power being higher is definitely going to compensate for that. But in regards to improvements, if I were to use this card in the deep lying playmaker area in the CDM position, honestly, I think that would be perfectly fine. I don't really see too big of an issue with this card. Would I do it at this point in the game? I think I'd prefer different types of midfielders for sure. I think if I were to use this, it's because I have the intention of using 3 midfielders over just 2, but he still looks like he would do well in the CDM position, being that sort of player that could potentially push forward, right? Because on a shadow, the pace is there, defense is there. It's still a well-rounded card, and they gave him the right like roles and play styles and stuff. Play styles, again, more attacking based, but yeah. We have Trent Alexander-Arnold. These cards, can you play them center back, CDM, left mid? Yeah, because I was thinking like, because this one's not too bad for like a right back if you want a specific right back in that area. So this is a birthday card. So you are giving him a jockey. You're mainly giving him a jockey, and then you're giving him mainly a physical boost. Honestly, he would benefit off of a physical boost, but he still needs some of the play styles. Like, even right now, if you're going for like a cheaper alternative in the CDM position, like this card still does pretty well. Even when we did his review, it was like one of those things where I was trying him out in that area, and I was like, oh, this card actually suits this position pretty nicely. Definitely more than the right back position. The only time it was worth using a card like this at right back is if people really wanted to utilize that passing, right? But obviously in the right back position, you kind of lacked like physical to, you know, win certain engagements. This one has physical, but you don't have bruiser, right? And those play styles definitely go hand in hand. He doesn't have anticipate, but he has like good standing tackles, right? If he had anticipate, it'd be even better. It's one of those types of cards where like you can tell that would be the case if you were to upgrade him in that specific way, right? But yeah, nothing too crazy there, I would say. Schula, I think that's how you say his name. Your favorite figurine, and then take a step back. 86 dribbling for this whole thing. Nah, he still looks pretty good. I think as a center back, he definitely would cook for sure. Because he has good pace on a lengthy, good defense, physicals in a good area except for aggression. 3 very relevant playstyle pluses. Still has jockey, still has block. And he's a big guy in game too. Like, I feel like he could actually defend really well. Passing's in a solid area too, considering the fact that he gets a pinged pass and a long ball tiki-taka as well. So you'd actually have a player that can pass the ball well there. But maybe like the 6'5" height and stocky, tall body type, it might make him slow down a little bit potentially. But yeah, as a defender, he doesn't look too bad. Honestly, CDM holding ++ is not horrible either, unless you want to work with someone that feels more agile to kind of move the ball across the pitch, right? Like dribbling wise. Sorry, but yeah, continuing on. Yeah, I mean, like meta wise, it still looks like a pretty good choice. I don't know if people really use center half that much, but like a card like this would make sense in that center half role if you were to actually use that consistently. De Jong. So De Jong is probably like more passing capabilities, and then you give base play styles kind of thing. Intercept, regular, shadow, chemistry style. I mean, yeah, you can totally do that too. See here. Popular choices from this. The top ones are usually like the go-tos for the most part. Because with midfielders, you do need those two playstyles to like really be good. Like, is this Camavinga a lengthy on a shadow? Yeah, like that adds a lot to these types of cards. Jockey and block as well. Do you have a left back? Oh, and that's the only problem, is that like you get this, but then you don't have roles in the left back position. I mean, CDM wise, he could still do decently defensively, but those playstyles really meant like for left backs, you know? Really, really meant for that. Then they also have like the center back position. So that the center back position is not horrible. He still needs to anticipate for that part if you actually wanted to do that. So Lom, this is from the SBC? Yeah. More passing, more physical. And then you get the playstyle for Jockey. Not bad. Caicedo is probably like not something I would actually improve on though, for the most part. Anticipate pinged pass and Jockey on Saliba. I mean, from a chain evo. Not like super against the Mateus card. I tried Mateus as a CDM. If he has like the right role, he's actually like not horrible there. Kai Havertz. Yeah, usable. Usable. Nothing like super crazy though, because base mechanics wise wasn't there before, so that one's a tricky one when it comes to like actually giving him the improvements. The thing about this though is that this specific one, like if you want to use these cards as CDMs, they just don't have high enough shooting if you do get into those scenarios. Now, a card like this only has wingback plus, but it's like, oh, like there's a lot of potential with this guy as a left back, right? There was that one evolution where he actually looked really good as a left back. Those ones could be pretty cool. Yeah, there's gonna be options, but it has to be like chain evos for you to like really, really like this one. Like cards that you've been upgrading over time, right? Like the Bisek card. Like if you've been doing something like this, it would actually make a lot of sense, right? But for what it is right now, I'm not even kidding, Kobe looks like the best choice. And this is like without an actual upgrade on him too, so there's that, right? But yeah, we'll leave the evolution video there because this one's not as crazy as some of the other ones that we've checked out. So for the most part, what you should be looking for with this one is cards that are lengthies with really high pace. Like Kobe is the best example of it, unless you've been chaining something or cooking something up from before. Kobe's the best example of it because this card is a lengthy with basically almost maxed out pace, well-rounded everywhere, and then has very good base playstyles with playstyle pluses. So a card like this will do really well. Like this would be worth the SBC unlock, which expired today apparently. Yeah, this Evo would make more sense if you were to improve it, you know. So but yeah, we'll leave the video there, guys. Nothing really to see there unless you've been doing some chains. Like I said, if you can give max out lengthy with cards and the pace, really good defense all rounded, and you've been doing some chains, it's actually not a bad evolution if you have been doing some change for some other cards, right? So, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out. Just love you guys.